little vial labeled, BPC-157. This is probably one of the most popular peptides that we're talking about right now, because BPC-157 is a synthetic version of a naturally found peptide in the gut. But what this actually does is it enhances blood vessel growth in areas of injury. And it kind of makes sense, because if you think about it, our gut, our stomach is really just this bag of acid that sits inside of our abdomen, and yet somehow you and I are here talking to each other and our bodies aren't eating themselves. Well, how does that work? Well, it's because we've developed a lot of really robust systems to encourage healing of the gastric lining. And so the idea is, if this is one of the compounds that can help do that, it's been proven in multiple animal models. For example, they have completely transected the Achilles tendon in rats. And then transected. So they've cut across the Achilles tendon. So not just a small injury that you or I might experience in the gym where we pull it or strain it, but actually surgically cut the Achilles tendon. And then they administer it to rats, and they are healing spontaneously with administration of BPC-157. If you have an Achilles tendon injury and you're a rat, BPC-157 is one of the best things that you can ever have. Now, that is not a one-to-one translation to what we might see in humans, but as we talked about earlier with our point on safety, when they were studying BPC-157, we try to look for something called the LD1 or the LD50. How much can I give this to someone until 50% of the population that receives that dose doesn't do well or dies, okay? That's called the LD50 dose. We have yet to figure out what the LD1 dose is for this, which is the amount that it would take to hurt even 1% of the population, because it is so incredibly well tolerated. So just giving you an example of this is a compound that can have profound healing effects, at least in our animal models that we've seen so far. But so far, we haven't seen any precipitous negative effects in human patients.